DNA is a Danish thriller series created by Torleif Hoppe, which recently premiered in CBC Gem. The series follows Detective Rob Larsen as he investigates the case of a missing child, apparently abducted. Suddenly, Larsen gets pulled into a nightmare of his own that spins his life around. His daughter has gone missing just as he was supposed to be taking care of her. The DNA registry of the Copenhagen Police Department had been malfunctioning for years without them knowing, and much evidence was lost or mismatched. This makes Larsen hopeful about reopening a series of archived cases of missing children. Together with some new partners, they embark on a quest to solve this case and uncover an international child trafficking ring. Hello, my name is Ivan. Today I will be chatting with Torleif Hoppe, the creator and screenwriter of DNA, a Danish and French television series that is premiering on CBC. Hi, Torleif.
Hi, my name is Torleif Hoppe. I have made a series called DNA, and I would very much like for you to watch it on CBC. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Let's talk about when you began writing police dramas. I wanted to know what drew you to this mystery genre as a whole. What was the most appealing about it for you to begin writing about it?
When I started writing on DNA, the first season, actually, what I felt about writing a crime story, I think I've done it before. We did The Killing and other shows, and I kind of felt that I would like to do something that was not about so much like a policeman going to work solving other people's problems, but something about a person who was kind of more, personally engaged, solving a mystery that was personal to him and closer to home. So that's why I decided to make it a story about, the worst thing I could imagine, something that happened with my kids, something that I would sort of do anything to solve. And that's how I came up with it. That was sort of my main thing. It had to be a personal story for the person investigating, and not really a police story, because I kind of felt that, I'm not particularly interested in policemen. I'm interested in people and what people do, sort of more in the sense of human dilemmas, more that than about solving a riddle. So that's I guess that was what made me decide to make it a story about a man and his missing child.
Can you tell us about the real life event that inspired your story?
Yeah, when I was first thinking about this, what it was before it actually became what it is, and I was trying to come up with an idea for a story of the week kind of show. I did some research, and I found that there was a story that was interesting about the Danish DNA register. The whole technology, DNA technology, is something that has evolved over the last, I don't know, in police work, 30 years or so. And obviously there are flaws when you start creating something, a new technology. And there was a story about an error in the register, that certain matches in the DNA register just didn't pop up in the system. And at some point they realized that that's been going on since the beginning of this of the register, which meant that important evidence and matches, just never, in cases that, all kinds of cases just didn't come up. So they suddenly there was this risk of cases that was solved incorrectly, and all these yeah. Does that make sense? They found out that there was these flaws in the system, and obviously that's not good when you're dealing with serious crime cases. And so my idea was actually to sort of make like a system so I could sort of reopen old cases that were resolved incorrectly or because of this new evidence. But I just made it. That's actually what starts the first season, basically. That it turns out that what everyone thought was the truth may not be the truth, after all.
Julita is a Polish teenager whose story is intertwined with Larsen's. How did the idea of creating a character such as Julita came up?
Actually, it came up because I first wrote the story with just one strand, entirely following Rolf Larsen and his investigation. And when I came up with the story, or sort of when I did a lot of research, and because I thought it was like I wanted to make a story that was about real dilemmas and about real people who I could identify myself with. And when I came up with the story for Julita, at first it was a story that I only followed through Rolf's investigation, his point of view. But eventually I realized that I was so much more interested in that story. So I kind of wanted not to just experience it on secondhand through Rolf. I would like to experience that story with her. And so actually the Julita strand kind of evolved quite late in the process, because I realized that I just wanted to tell that story too through her own eyes. And yeah, that's how it came up, and it turned out to be a good choice, I think, because it just made the narrative much more interesting with these two parallel storylines that I was telling, and trying to make them talk together and create a narrative in sort of two tracks.
Yeah, it feels more humane and more close to the viewer, I think, to have also someone who isn't police. Perfect. Thank you. That would be everything